I'm Linda Griffin, and I am currently a trustee, and I have served since 1998. I'm from Lakeland, Florida, graduated from Rochelle High School, a segregated school in Polk County. Although we lived in segregated parts of the city, I had a rich upbringing with my mother and father. I was valedictorian, I was in student council to the service organizations, and after that, I went on to Nashville, Tennessee to attend the great Tennessee State University, the TSU. And after completing my time there, I then went to Columbia University in New York and finished there. Then I had the pleasure of going to work on Wall Street for Ross Perot, better known as the Electronic Data System, and that was my first employment out of grad school. I found myself to be one of the few females, one of the only blacks that was in the System Engineer Development Program, and of course, Ross Perot's headquarters was in Dallas, Texas. I decided after leaving EDS, I joined Fidelity Union Life Insurance Company. I didn't want to live in an apartment anymore. So I started looking for houses. And the price of housing in Garland at that time was something that I could afford. Well, one of the other great things that happened in my life was I got married. And fortunate for me, I married a minister who wanted to start a church. So I became involved walking in the community, seeking membership for our church, St. Mark Baptist. With that, we always was able to attract young people. As we grew the youth department, I became keenly aware of some of the students' needs. The students at the church and the community inspired me to look a little deeper into Garland ISD. And as a result of that, I looked and it appeared to me that with my corporate background, that I had some expertise that I could render to the board. I ran in '97 unsuccessfully, but the people that I met in the neighborhoods and the communities, from knocking on doors, I knew that I couldn't let my kids down at the church, the kids down in the community, and I was on my way, that this is what I needed to press, and I needed to make this happen to become the first African-American school board member ever in the Garland Independent School District. As a new member coming on the board, there were challenges. And then I had to keep in mind, not only was I new, but I was an African American. So I had to make sure that I became knowledgeable and I learned what my role was. So I really focused on understanding the data, trying to get to what did I need to understand that I needed to vote on for the benefit of all kids. It was a proud moment for me at the close of the board meeting when we elected officers and I had been elected as the president of the Garland Independent School District Board of Trustees in May of 2007. I continue to serve because I love children. I have a passion for children. For 22 years, I've had the same ABC motto, always benefiting children. When I look back and see the successes of this district, and I look into the future as everything is changing, there are still things that we need to do.